I'm Mitch Henck, and it's about time to tune out on the presidential race, but not before I do this commentary, which is on the ballot, could be a problem. Now, the Republicans have, 13 candidates? Let me figure this out. Rick Perry has dropped out, our own Scott Walker. Jim Gilmore of Virginia, yes, he was in the race, and now Bobby Jindal. No, there was no vigil at Warner Park when he announced he was out. So that leaves 13. So that's a problem for establishment Republicans who are now afraid that Donald Trump just might win. The Paris attacks have catapulted his numbers just at a time when people thought he might go down when he attacked Ben Carson, including myself. But now the tough talk is resonating with the Republican base. He's gone way ahead in some states, and he's ahead in Iowa, the first state. But when you have 13 candidates running, a number of people on the ballot in primary states, and splitting up the caucus vote in Iowa, that helps Trump. Nobody wants to get out. Sure, 4 people have gotten out, but people want to stay in, and that can be a problem. Let's look at some examples of history of too many people on the ballot. 1984, Super Tuesday, after Gary Hart had shocked former Vice President Walter Mondale in New Hampshire by 13 points, he won 7 of 9 states on Super Tuesday. That's right, Gary Hart did. But Mondale won in Alabama and Georgia. And he won in Georgia by 2% of the vote, 10,000 votes. Because in Georgia, a couple of things happened. Sure, Coretta Scott King and Julian Bond and Ralph Abernathy and other civil rights leaders endorsed Mondale out of loyalty to him instead of Jesse Jackson. Other states, Jesse won 85% or more of the black vote. That hurt Gary Hart and helped Mondale. Also this, John Glenn, the former astronaut and American hero who flew combat missions in Korea in the war, he was still on the ballot in Georgia. He won 20% of the vote. If he's not on the ballot, Gary Hart wins. He goes on to win 8 of 9 states, and as Bob Beckles said the next day, the Mondale campaign manager, and when he lost Georgia, I'd be playing golf in Boca Raton. That'd be it. Oh no, thanks to John Glenn, Walter Mondale won. In 2008, Mike Huckabee had won Iowa. In South Carolina, he had 30% of the vote, but John McCain got 33. Why? Because Fred Thompson had 16%. He was still on the ballot. Buddies with John McCain, he blocked Mike Huckabee. Had Huckabee won, he would have gone to Florida as the front runner. Tommy Thompson, in his primary against Eric Hovde and the others, there were 4 candidates running in the race for Senate. Hovde won 31%, Tommy 34%. But Jeff Fitzgerald, the Assembly Speaker, had 14%. If he'd not been on the ballot, Eric Hovde probably would have beat Tommy Thompson, who would have had the money then to run against Tammy Baldwin. Could have been a Republican. Who knows? Too many people on the ballot can cause problems for some people. Thoughts on this Wednesday? My 2 minutes are brought to you by Capital Consultants and Edge Construction. Mike Tuick and his staff can redo your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, make your home feel just like home. We can talk about this on the radio tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on 92.1 FM The Mike, The Mitch Henck Show. Talk to you then.